So as thinking figures as one of the most productive experiences or compulsive creative experiences we have, it's and it just flies out of control. It's extremely impressive capacity, the ability to conceive, organize, imagine, plan. Very impressive. That's why we have such power over other creatures, ability to think. But as we know, it easily becomes a demon. It takes over the heart and just drags it around. And we need to train thought, tame thought, so we can use it carefully for inquiry and investigation. Then it gives rise to insight. The tamed thinking mind is a liberator. Panya, the tamed heart, is samadhi, settled, stabilized. The tamed mind is the insight liberator. To work together. Let's put time into taming, training our thoughts. Sometimes when you place the topic, what is there to think about, there's a strange silence. Normally thinking occurs through a certain driven quality. Something takes over. When you say, okay, now think, your attitude is fully attentive. What do I think about? Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? And as soon as you release that full attention to the thinking process, thinking sort of starts up. Something stimulates it. Thinking is not independent, it is stimulated by undercurrents, uncertainties, inadequacies, loneliness, search for stimulation, wishing for security, unresolved emotions. Human stuff. So we don't need to resolve thinking, we need to resolve why we think, what causes it. Thinking is so productive that sometimes it can be such a dense weave and so moving so fast, we don't really even get much of a glimpse or full recognition of the undercurrents that are propelling it. Sometimes it's just, just wondering about this, or just wondering, just casually imagining this or the other. Seems quite casual. There's a certain stirred search for stimulation or entertainment, escape, dreaminess. Yeah. Or, of course, the heart's unresolved emotions well up, and one starts thinking, he did this, she didn't do that, and oh no, why did I make that, and what am I going to do about that, and so forth. So the thinking is conjured up to add a narrative, a person, a personality, and a whole scenario to what is actually just the welling up of an emotion in the here and now. Right? It wells up, and the thought energy picks it up and makes it into her and him and 3 years ago and I should be and I never was and what did they ever say, and suddenly oof, becomes a virtual reality spun out, and all those elements we look at it, oh yeah, we do some more thinking, and then we try to stop thinking, think how can we resolve this. So we're still in the domain of the charged up thinking mind, assuming somehow the thinking mind will get to the end of the thinking mind. No, that's not going to happen, is it? We're not going to find an answer through thinking. But we can take the thinking mind and say, what's going on? What are you feeling? Or what's being felt? You don't want to take it personally. What's being felt? What's getting between me and happiness? Pressure, instability. How is that in your body? How does that feel? How is that affecting you overall? Feel contracted, feel burdened, feel woozy, feel crushed, These are perceptions. And so then getting closer to the emotional turmoil or stirrings. And our question or our topic of thought is, well, how can you be with that? Or where is the stability to open to that, to address that, to relate to that? And you drop the question in, you're not going to find an answer in a word, but it may be that encourages, because when you open the emotional field, you're also stimulating or revealing the citta. The citta has its problems, but it also has a fundamental intelligence. So if you directly address the problem, you're also stimulating the kind of intelligence that can cure it. So where the problem is, that's where the answer is. That's where the resolution is. So you don't have to, there's the problem now, what should I do? And sort that out. No, there's the problem. How does it feel? The citta takes support from the embodiment, holds its ground. Dukkha has to be understood, has to be open to, from a stable place. If you can't find a stable place, it's not going to happen. You're just going to get spun around. So first thing is stable place. I'm not saying that's a particular piece of physical territory. I just say find a stable place. Where that is it's your inquiry. Yeah, it's not a thought though. Find a stable place. In a stable place, you can evoke it. So, for example, life is unsatisfactory. Dukkha has to be understood. All things must pass. These are slogans, and they're there to remind us to, nothing's not to be alarmed or by the stress that's occurring, and then to be able to. This is what needs to be related to in order to unplug it, to let it release. Find a stable place. Don't find an answer, don't seek an answer, seek the stable place. and relationship. And citta is a relational heart, how to be with one's unresolved experience, stress, sorrow, confusion. Well, goodwill and compassion would be useful, wouldn't it? Equanimity would be good. Can the citta be encouraged to open itself in these directions? So, summary, we dismantle the complex scenario of people, the past and the future, and this, that, and the other, to get back to the fundamental welling up in the citta, the direct experience. Away from the conceived to the direct. However accurate in a way the conceived is, it's still not going to get us to the end of suffering. Direct experience, I feel hurt, there is hurt, or there is the unresolved. Then stable place. When the citta experiences steadying stability, and using your embodiment to support that, encouraging relationship. And this encouraging relationship is, you can use terms like, how are you with that? Or what is needed? Just questions, asking the citta to show up and respond. What's helpful now? Not how to make things go away. No, that's not relationship. That's a dismissal. We don't, when we open, we don't want things to go away. We want them to find the place where they can say what they have to say, be released. And you be there according to your capacity for as long as it takes. Some things have to be said, felt, bunged up stuff that we haven't allowed ourselves to feel because we didn't have the capacity. Too distressing, didn't have the capacity to allow it. Maybe now there is the capacity. Something has to be felt. Not always pleasant. What does it need? It needs to be felt, allowed. But not adopted, not taken, not allowing myself to be taken over by it. Not making a person out of it. This is the human heart. things seem quiet, then being with that. Mm. Things can change quite suddenly, shift. Sometimes you feel just really dizzy or tired, particularly when there's an emotional release. You know, suddenly the pressure drops and oof, okay. Energy is a powerful phenomenon. Emotion energy is very powerful and very much identified with. It's not a person. Mm. So depending what seems important or pertinent this time, this exercise, we're in a way encouraging or touching into a process of clearing karma, clearing inheritance, clearing results, clearing the accumulations of our lives. And also investigation can be taken another direction, investigating the almost the foundations of our reality or our experience, which seems to be a person located in space and time, encased in a body or being a body, moving, walking, standing, sitting, and going somewhere else tomorrow, and having been somewhere yesterday. This person seems such a natural default. Do you investigate what is this? When it moves, what moves? Does the person move? Or is it just particular sets of sensations arise that are interpreted that way? Did a person exist in the past, or is that just the process called memory? Picking up and triggered by poignant, delightful, amusing, sorrowful phenomena in the heart. Is it a person who has to do something, or is there a sense of motivation, desire, obligation that arises? So we just start to investigate phenomena as they actually are. So you can take it in that direction, and for the next 30 minutes period of time, you want to do walking, standing, sitting, either of these two bases, either, there's karmic obstructions arising, challenge those, use those obstructions to train your thinking mind. That's what obstructions are for. They're great teachers. You can't think your way out of it. So they really help you to change your thinking mind. Thinking mind will drive you crazy. You're going to temper it into investigation. Or, nothing, feeling pretty much okay, great. Then it's a great time to, who's this? Who walks, who sits, who sees? Where does that person arise from? How has that happened? Dhamma Vicaya, investigating phenomena as they are. So, talk about this some more, but that's enough talking, and we'll get back in 30 minutes for some chanting.